So this is how the hat look like. So I left a long tail to sew it onto the head, and I also make this for the side. If you have watched any old ancient show, or if you've seen pictures of the prosperity god, the hat normally comes with something like this, something that chucks up from here. Normally has some sort of dragons or writings, but I'm not very good at that, so I'll just leave it blank like this. So I'm gonna sew this one here. Let me show you how to make this over here. You need two of it, one on the left and one on the right. Okay, I'll just put this aside. So let me show you how to do this. See, this is it's without wire, and it can stand firmly like this, and it's not going to like bend. There's no wire. I'll show you the trick. I just learned this trick recently from one of the video. I can't remember which one. Okay, now let me show you. This is how you do the sides. First you start with a magic circle. Oops. You make a magic circle. Then you do 6 single crochet into the magic circle or the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you pull this tight. Then you go to that first stitch here. You're gonna do single crochet into the next 2 stitch. Let me add a marker. 1 single crochet, then you go to the next stitch and do another single crochet. Then you're going to do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into that same stitch. Then again, you're going to do single crochet, single crochet, increase. So because we did single crochet, then it increases here, so it's kind of a little bit like oval instead of round. So once you have this, I'm going to join to that first stitch with a slip stitch. Complete the circle. Pull this tight. And here I'm gonna chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see how it wobble? Later I'll show you how it becomes so firm without wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you do half double crochet on the second stitch from the hook. This is the first stitch, this is the second stitch. I'm doing it on the second stitch. This is half double crochet all the way. So you should have 5 half double crochet. At this point, it still doesn't look good because it will curl and it's kind of flimsy. I mean, it doesn't take its shape much. So now you do slip stitch all around. I learned this trick recently on doing a cap. Someone did a cap, baseball cap for an amigurumi, and she said that you should do slip stitch all around to make it firm. I didn't know that until today. Well, I guess every day I'm learning something new. So you do slip stitch all around, and you see the circle suddenly become firm, and I didn't even add wire. Now you see this one, this part here, it curls up. Same thing, you're gonna do single crochet all around, you're gonna do slip stitch all around. Just slip stitch around it and it will stay firm. It's kind of like taken its shape. So you make sure you take both loops. Oops, let me do that again. Slip stitch. It's not single crochet, it's slip stitch all the way. And you leave a bit of a tail, and this part here you can actually cut it away, because when we did the magic circle we have part of it inside there. Okay, now pull this tight, and I'm going to, oops, sorry, wrong tail. Can't see with the phone blocking my way. So with this, I am going to make one stitch to the back here. Okay, just to make this stitch looks nice. Then I'm going to work my way back to this corner here. Because the sewing is at this edge, this side here. Just bring it around. Make it go through all this half double crochet so that you won't see a line there. Once it is at this side, oops, there. This is the front and this is the back, and you will notice a thing. Then you can bring it to the far end if you want, and sew it onto the head. So it should stay like this. It can be up, it can be down, but it has to be here, exactly this spot here. So let me make one stitch here, hold it in place, then you make another stitch here, maybe do 2 or 4 more stitches to make it hold in place like this. I think I need to make a few more to make sure it stays firmly like this. Okay, that looks way better. See that? So I'm going to do the same, go back to that same stitch and make 1 or 2 more stitches and pull tight. And the tail from here and the other tail, I'm just gonna tie a knot and leave it inside the hat. And now I'm thinking whether should I add stuffing on the hat when I sew it onto the head. Okay, once it's nicely firm, you can actually shape it around. You can make it point this way, so long it's not too tight, and you can shape it around. You're okay, you're good to go. Let me make 1 more stitch just in case. You can only make this 2 stitch in this 2 corner here, nothing more. So I'll come back to you once I have all this nicely fastened, and I'll think of what to do with the face. How should I place the eyes and the mouth? Okay, so this one, leave it like this. This tail, I'm going to wait for the other side, the tail, and I'm gonna tie a knot. Okay, I've connected this nicely and just tie a knot inside here. And this tail is for me to sew it onto the head, but before that, let me get the eyes and the mouth ready. So let me just check. Once the head is on, I don't think I have space for eyebrow, so maybe I'll just make the eye and the mouth, and that's all. There's no eyebrow because the head will kind of cover it up. So I can make the head go back a bit, to the back a bit like this. So maybe my eyes should be here, right above the cheek here, I guess. Let me see. Maybe lower, slightly lower here. I'll just leave this tail here so that I can tie it with the other tail. Somewhere here, right above the cheek, 2 stitch away, and you make your stitch goes up here, above it, 1 stitch above. And you make a smiley, kind of mouth, so you make a smiley eye. Put it back into that same stitch. Or if you want safety eyes, you can even put safety eyes. So the first eye would look like this. Don't put too much. Just want it to, kind of fall like this. Then the next one should be around here, I guess. So that here, hopefully there's a small space here for the mouth or the nose. Maybe I should make a mustache. I'm still thinking how am I going to make the mustache. So same thing here, about 2 stitch away. And up here like this, and you take a look and see if the eyes looks okay with you, and you put through the same stitch. Oops, like this. It does looks kind of crooked though. Yeah, this one maybe I'll redo. Maybe it shouldn't be at this stitch. It should be at the one here. Then just pull this up like this. There. It looks better now. Not so crooked. Oops. And once you're at the back, we just tie a knot. Okay, now let me make a smiley mouth. So this one, you just leave it inside, you tie a knot with the first tail, this tail here. Not too tight, if not the eyes will kind of sink in. And hide all this inside. If you want, you can cut it away, or you can just hide it inside. let me go get some yarn for the mouth. I think if amigurumi you have some cheek, it look more cute instead of just a flat face. You know, you have like kind of cylinder face. Okay, let me see what I can do with the mustache. Okay, I've seen some who crochet this without a mustache, so it's entirely up to you. Let me make a mouth first. Let me see. I don't think I'm gonna make a nose, but I'm definitely gonna make a mouth somewhere here. I have this leftover yarn where this is just this length, just nice for a lips or a mouth. You put it here, leave the tail here to tie a knot later on, and you go back to this same stitch, and you go back here into this same stitch, but make a V shape down here. Is it too low? Let me see. Maybe. Yeah, a white smile. I think you should make a white mouth because I am going to put some mustache to kind of cover it, so you can see part of it and not part of it. There are two types of mustache. I mean, one is a mustache and one is a beard. I might make some long beard here and mustache here. Okay, this is the lips. It's too much yarn here. You can leave this. You can leave this for another amigurumi because this color is just lovely for lips or for mouth. You know, small mouth like this. So never throw this away, even though you only have this much. Just leave it. I mean, just keep it. Then you just tie a knot. And now I will try and fill up this space here with white yarn. You go through the same stitch, but you want to make sure that the pink is on top and the white is at the bottom. Leave the tail there, or you know, tying a knot later on. So I'm gonna make sure this is up and this is down, but anyway, maybe my mustache will kind of cover it. So you just make it go through that same stitch and just make sure the white is right below the pink, like this. You can shape this around later on. You know, you just bring this pink over like this, so it looks as if the white is just inside. If you want, you can cover the whole mouth with it. One more here, and you have it covered. And goes somewhere here. There. Oh, it's so cute. I'll try and hide this knot because I didn't pull it hard enough. I should pull more of it to the back. Okay, now this extra here, I'm going to cut it off. I can keep it for other amigurumi. Okay, just tie a knot. And I'll come back to you when I'm done thinking of how to do a mustache. Okay, I have it figured out. So I will cut 2 strands of black yarn like this. 2 put into the same tapestry needle. I'm going to poke through here. And I see how long the mustache should be. It should be the same length. Anyway, I can cut it off later on if it's too long. It should be here. Okay, it's about the same length. And you make one more stitch here right at the mouth. I'm gonna pull gently. Oops. Okay, this is nice. Like this. Then make sure this is not really twisted. Then you go back to the lips. And hopefully it goes above. I can still see a little bit of pink for the lips. And you come back to the same stitch here. Check the length. Should be about the same size. Cut the yarn. And of course, we wouldn't want the mustache to be like this. Let's open it up. There are 5 strands of it, so all in there'll be 10. Okay, now open it up and twist it together. And later take a look and see if you need to trim it. You have to get all this done before I add stuffing. Let's see if it looks good. If it does not look good, I'll just do without it. Is it too long? And normally they do have another mustache here, a long one. Maybe I should trim a bit of this. This is the first time I'm trimming someone's mustache. I will try and make it become one like this. It will look so messy. Okay, now I will try and do one more here at the bottom. Okay, I think I found a nice spot for the lower beard. Wait, let me see. The lower beard should be longer. It should go all the way to the chest normally. So push these 2 up go to this stitch here. I'm gonna try and cover this V shape here so that it looks as if you can still see a bit of the lips and the teeth and all, but you still have mustache. Okay, get this out of the way. See, that's why you have to push all this upwards. We're gonna shape it later on and go back into the head. See, that's why I have to do all this before I add stuffing. It's not, it'll be quite difficult. Make it come over here. I want to hide this V shape here. The mouth is just too long. Okay, so this beard, you make sure it reaches somewhere the chest. Push all these upwards. And go back to that same stitch. Go back into that very same stitch. Ooh, there's a lot of things inside. Oops. Okay, make sure this is right. Pull slowly. Okay, like this, so that it covers part of the cheek, I mean the lips, the mouth, cover part of it, like this. And it has a beard. This is long. Let me see. Okay, then gonna shape it. Then you have beard like this. Of course, you have to open this up because it still looks like two strands of yarn. You kind of open it up first, then combine it together. Open it up. Those 5 strands, because you do not want it to look like this just 2 strands of yarn. You want to make it look like it's hair, it's like mustache. Okay, open it all up, and oh gosh, what a messy mustache. Then you just make it go together like this. Does it look like a mustache to you? Or do I need more? I think a bit would do. We do not need too much of this. Just something like this. Does it look like those Chinese omen from the ancient time? That's what I plan to create in the first place. So at least you still can see a smiley mouth with mustache around it. I guess if I want to make a lovely mustache for my photo session later on, I think I would have to add water to kind of shape it, to make it go together, I hope. Okay, now let's continue with the head. Then we're gonna add stuffing. Then we're gonna add the head. And now I'm thinking, should I add stuffing in the head as well? Because if I don't, it might sink in, right? Maybe when I'm 3/4 way through, I will add stuffing in the head. And when you sew the head, make very sure which is the front and which is the back. I have this two. This is the front and this is the back. Okay, now let's continue with the head. Okay, I add a bit of a stuffing, not much. When I'm at the last row, before I seal it, I'm gonna add more. So at least now there's still room for me to put my finger. We stop at row 32, which I have 18 stitches here. So now I'm going to go to row 33. I'm gonna do 1 single crochet, oops, followed by a decrease. Ooh, maybe I should get this one. 1 single crochet into a 2 together, or a decrease. 1 single crochet, decrease. When it comes to this part, it's as if I'm going to hurt its eyes and nose. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a nose. 1 single crochet, decreased. You should have 6 sets of it, but normally I do not count. 1 single crochet, decrease. So long you have a nice full set, like 1 single crochet, decrease, and comes to the end, then you are right with your number of stitches. And now I'm going to do decrease all around. I mean, actually it has a hat, so if you do not want to seal this, totally fine, but I think I want to seal it nicely so that this part here will plumb up nicely. If you do not seal here nicely, yarn can actually goes in here and here goes in here, so it kind of loose, right? I want the head to plumb up nicely so it looks like a nice head. Okay, let me just add stuffing because this is going to be my last row. Oh, look at that, it's all plumb up. Maybe later I'll add more after I've done the decrease all around. So now I'm going to do decrease all around. Should be about 6 of it. This is 1. Oops. This is 2. I should have 6 of it. And don't forget the written pattern is in the description box. You can just click in the description box. Okay, this is the time I'm going to seal it with my tapestry needle. Before I do that, let me see if I can still add more stuffing. Oh, I should have added more just now. Plumb up the top here. If the head is not plumb up, then the cheek and all won't show. Is it plumb up nicely? Still feels a bit soft. Maybe I'll try and add all this inside. You can't have too much either, but because all this will kind of open up, it won't look nice. But if it's not plumb up nicely, it won't look nice either. Let's see if I can add all this in. Oh, I can. Okay. Is it too plumb up? Okay, I guess guess that's about right. Oh yeah, and you can see this yellow part here. Okay, now because there'll be a hat, so you don't have to do this very nicely. You can just seal it. Just put through all the front loop and just pull the yarn. Don't have to worry about all these holes. I mean, if it's stretched too much, you have holes because the hat is going to cover it. Okay, so you just seal it and put your hook, I mean, not your hook, put your tapestry needle around here and there so that it won't come off easily. Make it go through some of the stuffing so that it will stay locked. Secure the yarn. Make it go through the far end here somewhere. So if here doesn't look nice, no problem, because I am going to put a hat. I don't think I want to cut this yarn, so I'll just make it go around here and hide it under the hat. Okay. You can also hide it inside. And now to attach the hat to the head, and we are done. Make sure when you attach the hat, you know which is the front and which is the back. Now let's see the hat. The main purpose is I'm using yellow because you see it kind of curl up a bit. I mean, if you do not mind seeing this layer, so it curls up like this. So I want to use this yellow yarn to kind of hold it down. Let's see if I manage to do that. It stops here, which means, okay, you just see if it's in the right spot, somewhere here. Oh, here, okay. I mean, if it's a bit crooked, it's still okay. We're gonna shape it later on. So most important is make one stitch to the side here first. Here. This is the front. This is the back. Hopefully it does not cover the eyes and cover more of the back here. So you just follow this stitch here. You make one stitch here like this and one stitch on the head. Whoosh. See, it will go down, and one stitch on this yellow part here. And one stitch on the, and let me see if it's pulling too much. Oh, I think it's okay. One stitch down here onto the head. Just grab one stitch will do. So you see, it's it didn't flip up, it goes down, which is nice. Ugh. The back gets in the way. I hope you get what I mean, how I stitch. So this goes up and this comes down, and when it comes down, I will make one stitch onto the head. just grab a bit of that stitch will do. Okay, so I'll come back to you once I have this whole thing nicely stitched up, and hopefully this didn't go crooked. This is how the final thing look like. The yellow yarn from here, after you have sewn here, I bring the needle down to this part here, especially under the sleeve. You can bring it down here, poke it through here and here so that it's secured underneath instead of tying a knot and hide inside. So this is how it looked like. My prosperity god, or some call it the god of wealth. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this cute little fellow. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.